One of the really bad things about Florida is when your AC breaks and you're in the middle of summer. 92 might not seem too hot, but with the humidity, feels almost like 100. So, have to get the AC fixed. First thing before doing anything, shut off the breaker. Next thing I did was came outside and I noticed that the fan was not moving. The unit is a little bit older as one can see. And about 2 years ago or so is when I replaced the fan motor for the inside unit. When I turned it also, it did not spin freely. So, but I was not sure what it could be. So I called the AC company. I waited from 9 o'clock in the morning to almost 5 o'clock, a little after 5 o'clock, so over 8 hours waiting on them. Finally, they showed up. They were extremely busy. And the guy said, it's your fan motor outside. Because when you turn it on, this pipe over here got cold right away, but the fan was not spinning. And when he tried to spin the fan also, it's dragging. So the guy said it was going to be, well, to me, it's quite a bit of money. It was going to be almost $700. And I'm like, man, that's a lot of money. So I asked if they would sell me just the motor and I'll install it myself. So that's what I'm going to do now. The guy called his boss because they normally do that. He called his boss and he authorized it. So I have the motor here. Within the specs of the one that I have on the unit. So it should be good. So now I'm going to go ahead and take this apart and remove the motor and swap it out. Then I have to do the wiring. The guy explained to me the wiring, pretty much how to do it. So it should be good. So let me go ahead and take this apart. As far as the wiring, the guy said that I was not going to be using this ground anymore because it's going to be connected to another little I'm not sure what you call the little can thing. Let me see if it has a name on it. This thing, he said that they always recommend replacing the capacitor. Then I have two wires, and I label where they're plugged in, a yellow one and a black one. On the motor, the yellow one is going to take the place of the white one, and the black one goes to the black one. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be fishing it out. Unplug the black one from here. As you guys saw, I already have the power off of the unit. Oh wow, that's a little tight. There we go. Sorry guys, trying to film and route the wire with one hand. And the yellow one here. There we go. Fish it out of this. Alright. Got the yellow one over here. Okay. So now when I remove the motor, it's going to come out with all the wiring and everything. The black one. Okay, and the yellow one. So now I have the wiring for the motor off, so I'll be able to, when I remove it, the cables are going to come out, and I know where they're going to be plugged in. Alright, to be able to remove the fan from this, since it's been here for many years, it's pretty tight. I loosened this little retaining bolt over here, and I put this adjustable wrench on the bottom and I started prying it up to break it loose. I also added a little bit of oil in here to help lubricate it. And with this in here, I used this and then the screwdriver, and it started moving. So now it should be good to go now, almost. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it up, but let's try it. No. Have to use both hands. By the way, it's thundering. It looks like it's about to start raining, so I'm trying to rush it. Really want my AC to work. It really is not fun when in the inside of the house feels like 100 degrees with the humidity. But anyway, let me see if I can get this thing off. Here we go. Okay. Have to make sure that I install it exactly the same way, and the height needs to be pretty close to this. So sure you can see there's a little bit of corrosion in the shaft of the motor. I'm gonna place this like this, the same way it was. Okay, so now the little motor is loose. And I'm going to have the wirings going to that side because that's where the wirings go. Hopefully you guys can see. Okay. Wow, it's definitely really tight. And this one spins nice and easily. And also you guys can see the shaft on this one, how it spins. And this one, it won't even move by hand. Wow. Okay. That's going to be it right there. I'm going to go ahead and put this over here. I'm gonna mess with the wiring, and I'll show you guys once I have it plugged in. Okay, now I put the rubber seal hose over the wires. That's the old one. This is the new one. In case you couldn't see it before, look, I cannot even spin it by hand, and this one stays spinning really nice. Anyway, so hopefully that's gonna be it. Now I'm gonna bolt, put the little nuts on top, and then I'm gonna bolt the fan blade and then install it, and then I have to run the wiring. started raining. Really want to get this thing on there though for tonight. The only thing though, that the fan has to be pretty close to the motor on the shaft, and these little studs are too long, so I'm going to cut them a little bit with my little 4-inch grinder, so they can be the same height as it was before, and for this spin so much easier than the other one. Alright guys, I finished wiring it. I cut and spliced the two cables, the white one and the yellow one, as I said before. And I connected the two to the little capacitor thing over here. Everything is nice and tight. The bolt was sticking out, so I cut them and I put the thread lock on them, and then I put the original nuts on it so the little bolts would not be sticking out, because it had like the skinny little studs sticking out. I made sure that the fan clearance was the same as before, which was pretty high. I thought about maybe cutting the shaft, but it does not interfere or affect anything, so I left the shaft in there. I'm not sure you can see right over there, right where my finger is pointing. So everything should be good. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the power on, and time to test it. I'm really hoping that that's gonna be it. So let me go ahead. What happened? I'll show you guys what happens. Okay, I'm gonna turn it on now. It's on. Little light went on. Let's check outside now. It's working. Fan is working. See this pipe? Oh, this pipe is getting cold already right away. Nice. Nice. Definitely feels smoother than before. Oh yes, it's getting colder. Oh, thank God. Everything is nice and tight. I just have to put the cover on there, and it should be good. I'm gonna go inside to see if the air feels colder. Feels cold. Well guys, I know you guys cannot see it, but it's cooling down. I'm getting cold air, thank God. Oh, thank goodness, I'm so happy. So glad that this worked. Anyway, let's see how long it takes for the house to cool down some. Right now it's about 88 degrees here in the house. And I know it doesn't seem like it's that hot, but it's really, really humid right now. It's like 100% humidity right now. It just finished raining. Alright guys, I checked and it looks like the fan is supposed to be blowing air, sucking air from the sides. I'm pulling it to the top. And mine is doing the opposite. Mine is pushing air and blowing it to the sides. So the guy that I got the motor from told me that I had to swap these cables and turn off the breaker again. So I'm going to swap these cables, bolt everything back together, and then check to make sure that it's blowing the air from the top. But it's definitely cooling down, thank God. Definitely cooling down. This right here. Well guys, I just finished swapping the wires. It was the two wires that were up here, so I had to take the fan off, flip it, pull all the cables from here to give room when I flip the cables, and switch the cables, and now the air is blowing from the top like this, which is the way it's supposed to be. So, but it's definitely cooling down, thank God. Just a shower with the wiring, all done, put a zip tie here. And before I swapped the cables, I went ahead and shut off the AC and turned off the breaker also. So anyway guys, I am really, really happy that this worked out. I'll be able to sleep with AC on tonight. Anyway guys, hopefully some of this helps some of you guys out. All right, I know it's kind of late already, tons of mosquitoes out here, so Anyway, like I said, I hope this helps somebody out. All right, guys, take care. Thanks for watching. 2 hours later, and the house feels 100% better. Still at 84 degrees, but there's no humidity at all, so to me it feels perfect. Anyway, thank God it worked out.